What it do, everybody? So in my last video about the best activator farm, a lot of people started asking me, yo, what's your Freyna build? Can you show me your Freyna build? Honestly, I didn't have put too much investment into Freyna at that point, as I was still trying to figure out what worked on her. I was working on Enzo and a bunch of other different characters, and I did start Freyna up. But anyways, I don't like my videos to be long. I don't like to talk about things that aren't necessary. So what you guys need to know is this build is nowhere near completely done. It has a lot of little things that can get optimized, but with no doubt this build can clear any content in the game, as well as I've killed all of the bosses, even the ones that are strong against toxin with this build. And my Python does have an activator in it, but it's not carrying me through the fights. I also joined public lobbies and was able to kill bosses and everything just fine, survived just fine. So overall, this build will get you through any content, and it is like a good way and a good path for you to start building your Freyna. Is it perfectly optimized? Absolutely not, and I'll go over everything you can do differently. So let's get straight into it. I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible, as I'd love to do, but I'm sorry, this is probably gonna be a longer one, guys. So first things first, Freyna does have a couple problems. If you go boss focus with her ult, you have to kind of spec into crit. You also have to spec into a lot of cooldown, and you have to have a gun with max capacity and all that, magazine capacity, all that good stuff. So if you go into an ultimate focus build where her 4 is doing the most damage, or her ultimate weapon, whatever you call it, is doing the most damage, then it kind of eliminates what the character is made for, which is AoE tick damage. But her AoE tick damage build isn't that great because the ticks take way too long to start, and they take way too long to tick. 1 second is a long time for enemies to just be holding on to a tick. It needs to be reduced down to like 0.5 seconds or be able to stack something like that. I'm not sure. But that being said, like, other characters can kind of just hop in there. Like, you'll throw your tick on the floor, enemies will get it, one tick will go off, and a bunny will run by and kill the whole entire screen in 1 second. So with the next update, they did say they are going to give Freyna and a few other characters AoE some love. I would say start with this build, y'all, and go ahead and wait for that update. This build has no problem killing anything, clearing anything. You can do it with this build. So that is going to be my recommendation. Okay. Now for the AoE build, you have a couple of options on what is missing here. Obviously, I don't have a forma right here, or on my skill module. For your skill module on your AoE, for your skill module on your AoE builds, you can run neurotoxin synthesis. That's going to give you more damage on your room 0 trauma, but it's going to take away the fact that it can spread to enemies. Not really good for AoE mobbing. So for AoE mobbing, you're going to want to run contagion. It's just going to do a little explosion around enemies, just some extra tick damage. So run contagion if you have to. That's just extra damage right there, right? Other than that, what you're focused on for your AoE build is going to be range, and making sure this skill right here, this is the one that leaves the big puddle on the floor that enemies step in. As you can see, the cooldown from this skill is at 18.6 seconds. The duration is at 18.8 seconds. So if I leave this skill on the floor, that lets me know that once the cooldown is back up, I got to refresh that thing. So I immediately want to throw it back down somewhere. There is a world where you want to have multiple of these down and get more cooldown and a little more duration, but at the moment I'm not seeing where that's too useful because I have so much range. You could find a way to slot in multi-talented, and using her armor ability will give you cooldown on your 1 and your 3. So that is a way you can go, but at the moment this is what I'm the most comfortable with. Other than that, you're going to want to do skill power. Obviously, you're going to want some cooldown, some skill cost, as eventually it does get a little costly around here. Defense is kind of a no-brainer. I've been kind of thinking about going into a little bit of shield instead of defense, but as you could see with her 2, you do get a defense increase, so you might as well just go health and defense on Freyna when possible. Other than that, this is the setup, guys. This is going to kind of get you where you want to go. Now, if you're trying to fully optimize this build as far as the modules go, obviously you're going to have to slot in another forma here or a forma here and here. That'll allow you to put everything in and upgrade everything to max. But at the moment, with the current way that Freyna is playing, I don't feel that she is where she needs to be, or where the developers even want her to be, as they're already talking about buffing her. So yeah, guys, go ahead and take a screenshot of this or look at this and just keep in mind what I said. For your ultimate focus, if you're just trying to go kill bosses and shit like that, if you're playing with the homies, we are still going to go defense. We are still going to go with a lot of cooldown, but we're going to slot in that neurotoxin synthesis, and this will be the setup. With this one though, guys, just remember, like, solo I can kill a boss that's weak to toxin. The first dude, I forgot his name, Executioner, in like 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, it's not like a 17-second kill, nothing crazy, because I am spec'd for like defense. If I wanted that to be the case, I would remove all my defense and I would slot in crit instead of defense and health. That will allow me to pretty much instantly kill the boss, but obviously my build would not be good anywhere else besides killing bosses really quick, and we do not want that. So this is the build if you're looking to kill bosses. This is the build if you're looking for mobbing and AoE. Now let's go over our weapons. For mobbing, you're going to want to pull out the Fallen Hope. For bossing, you're going to want to pull out the Python. Simple as that. Other than that, rock your tamer. If you don't got these, start farming these up. Now for our modules, I do only have a 2-piece of the Venom set, but you would want to get a full entire set eventually. On my modules, I'm running max HP everywhere and defense. No shields at all. Max HP and defense. Don't overthink it. Whatever combination of the two you can get, go for that. Once you get the full Venom set, the build will be significantly stronger, but I haven't got it yet just because I'm only playing Freyna. I love to just find out exactly what makes a character work, what they're good at, what they're bad at before I switch characters. I just can't help it, and you guys were asking for Freyna. Boom, that's what happened. Now our reactor, we are gonna have to run a purple reactor for an overall build, just because when you're doing the overall build, you're gonna be switching between the Python and the assault rifle, right? The Fallen Hope. So unless you get a reactor that has a Fallen Hope and a step reactor that has Python, and you switch it out manually all the time, it's completely up to you. If you want that extra damage, you're into that, that's cool. But obviously you're gonna want a toxic and a tech purple reactor that has submachine gun or assault rifle on it. That'll get you where you want. Now on this one, I do have tech power skill boost. That is what you're looking for. You can also get yourself some cooldown, you can get yourself some duration, or you can get yourself some skill cost. Any combination of those four will improve your build a lot, so make sure you guys are looking out for that. But like I said, don't overthink it right now. We're not trying to min-max. We're just trying to get to where we need to be, and we will slowly work our way up from there, especially if you're not like me and you're buying characters sometimes and grinding characters all day and shit like that. Okay, that's pretty much it for like the main gist of the build. If you guys want to see my Python loadout, this is it right here. I'm not even investing into the Python too heavily at the moment, so this is my Python setup, nothing too crazy. And then if you guys want to see my Fallen Hope, I literally have not even touched the Fallen Hope. I find it that I don't need my weapons that much. Now I know this is very quick, and like most people do super long builds and they like go really in detail, but I personally don't like making very long videos. But yeah, I do hope you guys appreciate this, and let me show you guys real quick on this little boss. Now we are on the AoE setup, right? Now I haven't fought him yet. This is just the one from my video. I know a lot of people said they were struggling with him with a Freyna build. Honestly, you shouldn't be though, because this dude is kind of weak to toxin, so she kind of just melts him away. I still had a lot of time left there, so now he's gonna spawn all his mobs, and you can just throw your AoE down, just let them tick away. And as you can see, very survivable, like no problem at all. And I know this boss can be very annoying, trust me. I feel like the biggest problem I've been running to, especially fighting this annoying boss, is these little dudes, they don't drop fucking the blue shit, the MP. So like, how I'm supposed to charge my shield or my skills? Now I gotta die so I can charge my skills up. Very annoying. Obviously skill cost and MP recovery and max MP would help with that, but it's like, I don't know if it's just me, but I've been feeling like lately these bosses, they've been taking a lot of my MP, bro. So as you can see, once again, we're just gonna melt him down. And my Freyna is only level 22. She could have way more MP, but I didn't finish leveling her. I think I finally got her to a place where I wanted her, where I could share it with you guys, where I don't feel comfortable adding more into her before they update her in a few days. So this is where we're at with Freyna right now, guys. I don't think I have any right now. This is where we're at with Freyna. And yeah, if this build helped you guys out, man, if you guys have any questions about it, I know it's very quick, but like I said, this is early build. Like, you can optimize the fuck out of this, but I have so many characters to do, guys, that I'm just showing y'all the build path that you can take and where you can start. Next up, I'm not sure who's next up, maybe Lepic or Sharon. But yeah, I hope you guys appreciated this video, and if you did, drop me a like, drop me a sub. I appreciate you guys for watching and commenting. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out.